Hey everyone, it's CL back with another video, and today I have a haul for you all, and I meant to post this a month ago, but like many of my videos, I have to refilm it because it was one of those things where it was 2 a.m. and my mind was saying, let's make videos, and my body was like not on the same page. So after watching that cringy footage and realizing that me staring off in the distance or me like shrinking down out of the viewfinder of the camera was not good enough footage to post for you all. So today is a haul video that I'm redoing. So I went to my library, I think it was a month ago. I went back to my library to see if they had any more new books that they put out on sale for 10 cents because they are cleaning out their stock and I am trying to replenish my shelves. So what better way than to purchase books that are 10 cents that sound really interesting. So all these books I got today were 10 cents each, and let me go ahead and show you what I bought. This book is called Tricks by Ellen Hopkins. Not sure if you can see the detail on the cover, but this book I picked up because I originally thought it was like a book of poetry, but it turns out it's like a story that's written like in poetry form, and it takes on the perspective of 5 different people, and somehow, some way, all of their perspectives combine into one story. And now that I have purchased this and kind of read up on what it's all about, I am curious from like a writing standpoint how the author is going to pull this off. So I think after reading this book, I think it will be a good lesson for me as a writer to see how she pulls it off. So let's see if she can do it. Supposedly on Goodreads it has like 4.5 stars, so she must have done somewhat of a good job. So looking forward to reading this. This book here is Ruby Red by Kristen Gear, and the only reason I picked this up is because it sounded very familiar. Like I must have seen it on BookTube. So right when I seen the title, I went ahead and picked it up. I didn't read the synopsis because it sounds so very familiar to me, and I said, why not? I picked up this book called The Candidates, and this is a YA book. Now when I was reading the dust cover, it was very cliche about a girl who's just an average girl, no one pays attention to, and somehow, some way she finds out that she's not so average after all. That sounds like the synopsis of like the majority of YA novels, but it was only 10 cents, so I decided, you know what, let me go ahead and give it a chance. Maybe it will surprise me and bring something new to the table. I picked up this book here called A Season of Angels by Debbie McComber, and the reason why I picked this up is because it's like a holiday type book. It's one of those feel-good books where you know it's probably going to have a happy ending. So I mainly picked this up. I want to read it in December. I do have like kind of a large TBR for December, so not sure if I'll get to it, but mainly picked this up because it got me into the holiday season. And the next book that I picked up is called Book Girl, and the reason why I picked this up was because I thought it was a manga, but once I got home and read more about it, it's actually a novel. But when I read like the back cover synopsis, it didn't make any sense to me. So I went on to Goodreads and read the synopsis there, and then I went on to like Amazon and read the synopsis there, and I just could not make sense of what the book was about, because it turns out that this is like volume 5 in a series, and I did not know that. Like there's nowhere on the cover or on the spine that I can see that it says like volume 5, you know? So that was kind of a fail on my part. It was only 10 cents, so no big deal, but I'm kind of curious now about this book series because it got really good reviews on Goodreads and on Amazon. So now I kind of want to hunt down those other 4 volumes to kind of see what it's all about. And it's titled Book Girl. Come on, as a booktuber, you can't help but be somewhat drawn to that. I picked up this book here, Evil Genius by Catherine Jinks, and from what I remember, this book is about good versus evil, but the team evil, there's like this person who secretly does good deeds, but they can't let anybody know because he's supposed to be like on the evil bad side. So I picked this up. I was curious. I'm curious if it will be funny or if it will be thrilling, exciting. So it also got good reviews. It's a kind of a chunky book, but looking forward to reading it. I picked up this book here called Living Dead Girl. Now this sounds like it's about a girl who was kidnapped from a very young age, and yeah, that sounds really, really sad. And I know that type of stuff does happen in real life, and that stuff really makes me depressed and sad, but I wanted to go ahead and read this book because I'm just curious. I'm curious like how the story will end in this book. Like, will it end in a tragedy? Will it end with some sort of happy ending to an extent, if there could be a happy ending in a situation like this? So curious about this book. It's very short, so we shall see. Got this book, Corsets and Clockwork, and what I understand, it's like 13 short steampunk romance stories. Now, I'm not really into romance, but I thought it would be kind of a good way to dip a toe with like short stories, and there's 13 of them here, so willing to give this a try. Picked up this book called Pure by Juliana Baggett, and from what I remember, it's like some sort of dystopian. That's all I know about it, so gonna read it, see how I like it. I also picked up Gods of Manhattan by Scott Meebus, and I don't know what this is about, but I do know that it takes place in New York City. I am a sucker for all books that take place in New York, because whenever like a place is mentioned in a book, like say if they say it happened at the Empire State Building, when I walk by the Empire State Building, I automatically think back to the book. I'm like, this is where it happened. I know it's fiction, but I still make references like, oh yeah, this is where that scene took place. It's something like a little weird that I do, but I do really enjoy books that take place in New York. And the last two books, I don't really know what it's about, but I think I was drawn in by their cover, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up. This is 10 cents, why not? The Dead of Winter, and I think I picked this up because, I don't know, I think at that time when I picked it up, I was kind of in the mood for something dark, but I don't know if this is a dark book, but we'll find out. And I also picked up Veiled Rose by Anne Elizabeth Stengel. And I originally picked this up because I thought it had to do with dragons. I thought this talon here was a dragon talon, but I think it's actually a bird. But I will still read this. Looking forward to seeing what it's all about. I don't know anything about it, but I do like going into books blind, so we shall see. So yeah, that is my haul for you all today. I hope some books look interesting. I definitely need to stop buying books that are like in the middle of a series. So maybe for 2017, I could be more mindful of not buying books that are in the middle of a series. That's the second time I've done it. With Book Girl, I picked up volume 5. With this book back here, that book back there is volume 10. It is the last volume in that series, and that's a book I also picked up, liking the cover, liking the back synopsis, and then I take it home and I realize, whoops, it's volume 10, and I don't have any other of the volumes, so I need to stop doing that. So yeah, that is my book haul. Hope you enjoyed it. More videos to come. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.